money was invented. Before kings, before empires, before Wall Street, there was only the dark. And in the dark, there were the prey, and there were the predators. Millions of years ago, a single man discovered how to capture fire. He didn't share the method, he kept the spark. While the rest of the tribe froze and starved in the shadows, they had to crawl to him. They had to hunt for him. They had to worship him, just to stay warm. He was the first billionaire, not because he worked harder, not because he was luckier, but because he understood the single hidden law that governs all of human history. The exact same law that every elite family, every monopoly, and every master of the universe uses to control you today. Society tells you that success comes from positive thinking. They tell you to visualize wealth. They tell you to follow the rules, work a 9-to-5, and wait for your turn. It is a lie. A beautiful, comforting lie designed to keep you competing for scraps. The men who actually own the world do not compete. They never have. They step outside the system and they monopolize the fire. Today, we are pulling back the curtain. We are going to reveal the 4 forbidden blueprints used by the architects of reality. Once you see it, you can never unsee it. This is Codex Legacies. The first secret of the elite is that they do not use their own resources. They use the illusion of power to take yours. 2,000 years ago, a young man sat in Rome. He had no army. He had no throne. In fact, he was drowning in a catastrophic ocean of debt. By all normal rules of society, he was a failure. He should have been imprisoned or executed. But Julius Caesar understood a terrifying psychological secret. If you owe the bank $100, that is your problem. But if you owe the bank millions of dollars, that is the bank's problem. Caesar didn't beg for forgiveness. He doubled down. He borrowed even more money from the wealthiest men in Rome, using nothing but his sheer, unshakable confidence and the promise of future glory. He borrowed so much that if he failed, his creditors would go bankrupt with him. He weaponized his own ruin. He forced the richest men in the empire to fund his political campaigns, to buy his armies, and to protect him from his enemies. Because if Caesar died, their fortunes died with him. He didn't visualize a crown. He trapped the system into giving it to him. He made his success inevitable. Fast forward to the 19th century. The world had discovered a new fire: oil. Thousands of men rushed to drill, to compete, to fight each other in the mud for a chance to be rich. It was pure chaos. John D. Rockefeller looked at the chaos and felt disgusted. He knew the second secret of the architects. Competition is for peasants. Monopolies are for kings. While other men were digging in the dirt, Rockefeller stayed clean. He didn't care about extracting the oil. He cared about the system that moved it. He built a machine so flawless, so mathematically perfect, that it defied belief. He bought the trains. He bought the pipelines. He bought the forests that made the wood for the barrels. He built an invisible matrix around his competitors. He didn't need to fight them. He just slowly turned off their oxygen. He starved them until they begged him to buy their dying companies. Rockefeller didn't just become the wealthiest man in modern history. He became the infrastructure of reality. He didn't hope for success. He engineered a reality where no one else was allowed to succeed. But what happens when the product isn't essential? What happens when you aren't selling fire or oil, but just fabric? This brings us to the most dangerous psychological manipulation in the modern world. The third secret, the manipulation of perceived value. Bernard Arnault, the wolf in Kashmir, realized something profound about human nature. We are still those cavemen, terrified in the dark, desperate to prove our worth to the tribe. Arnault doesn't sell bags. He doesn't sell champagne. He sells the ultimate illusion. He buys dying, bankrupt companies that have one thing: history, heritage, the ghost of royalty. He restricts the supply entirely. He makes it impossible for the average person to buy it. And by denying access, he drives the masses insane. He uses the Veblen protocol. The more expensive he makes the illusion, the more people will sacrifice their actual freedom to acquire it. They are not buying leather. They are buying the feeling of being the man with the fire. He doesn't produce value. He harvests human insecurity. And it made him the richest man on the planet. The final secret is the most guarded of all. It is the ultimate manifestation of power. When the world is collapsing, when the masses are panicking, the architect does not panic. He closes the door. In 1907, the American economy was burning. Banks were failing. The government was completely powerless. So, one man, J.P. Morgan, summoned the most powerful elites to his private library. He didn't negotiate with them on the battlefield. He forced them into his domain. He drafted a contract that would cost them their fortunes to save the system. And then, he locked the door. He put the key in his pocket, and he sat in the silence. He let their egos break against the silence of the room. He let the isolation destroy their resistance. By morning, broken and exhausted, they signed. Morgan took the entire United States economy hostage, not with a weapon, but with total psychological dominance. Fire, order, illusion, isolation. These are not theories. These are not wishes sent to the universe. These are the brutal, calculated blueprints of reality. The masses will continue to search for magic formulas, waiting for the universe to hand them a crown. But the universe answers only to leverage. It answers to those who understand the mechanics of power. The question is no longer whether these secrets exist. The question is, what will you do now that you know they are real? We have compiled the exact mechanics, the dark psychology, and the modern applications of these titans into a single master document. This is not for everyone. It is not for those who want to be saved. It is for those who want to rule. The official Codex blueprint is open. The link to access the forbidden architecture of wealth is in the description below. Step out of the dark. Take the fire. The club of the chosen is waiting.